Hi, this is Joshua Kulp for Daf Shevui, Masechet Ketubot, Tractate Ketubot Daf Yod Het, page 18. Last week's video, I explained the concept that appears in the Mishnah of Hapesha Asar, the mouth that prohibits. Hu Hapeshi, Tir is the mouth that permits. And in this week's sugya, we have another fascinating concept that appears in quite a few places in the Gemara, and that is called modeh b'miktzat, somebody who admits a partial debt. Now, I want to explain a little bit about what Shevuot are, what oaths are, and how oaths generally work. So an oath generally works in the sense that Shimon claims something from Reuven, and Reuven denies the claim, and Shimon has some evidence to prove that Reuven owes him something. In other words, there's some grounds for Shimon to believe that Reuven is liable to him, but Reuven insists that he is not liable, and since Shimon doesn't have full evidence that Reuven is liable, we allow Reuven to take an oath that he is not liable, and thereby he is exculpated from his liability. So the concept of a shavua might be understood as a concept of a deterrent. We don't have full evidence that Reuven, in this case, is obligated, but we're afraid that, just because there's lack of evidence doesn't mean that he's not really obligated, and so that he will be less inclined to lie, we make him take an oath, with the assumption that most people would not falsely take an oath. I think oaths still work to a certain extent that way, even if people don't take them as seriously as they might have done in the past. So what happens with the modeh b'miktzat, a person who admits to a partial debt? So let's say Shimon goes to Reuven, and Shimon says to Reuven, "You owe me $100. Shimon brings no evidence. Were Reuven just to say, "Sorry, Shimon, I don't owe you anything," and deny the entire debt, Reuven would be allowed to walk away without any obligation whatsoever. However, Reuven says, "Look, Shimon, I don't owe you $100, I owe you $50. So he's admitting that he owes him some, and he's denying the other part of the debt. You would think that what we would say is, look, Reuven admitted he owes 50, he pays 50, and just as in the first case he was exempt from paying the 100, so too he's exempt on the second 50 in this case. However, in this case we make him take an oath for the additional $50 that he doesn't owe it. Why does he have to take an oath saying, "Shimon, I take an oath that I don't owe you that $50"? It's due to the psychology of what we think Reuven might be thinking. Reuven admits that there was some kind of loan situation between him and Shimon, so we know that some kind of interaction occurred. We are afraid that what Reuven really wants to do is admit that he owes the entire loan. He owes the entire 100. But he doesn't have 100 right now. He doesn't have the full 100. So what he's thinking to himself, he says, look, I'll deny, I want to be an honest guy. Reuben's thinking to himself, I'll deny the 50 right now because I don't have the money. Later on, when I get the money, I will pay him the rest of the other $50. But he's still telling a lie. So to prevent people from doing that, from telling that lie, we make them take an oath that they don't owe the other $50. Because we don't want people just denying half of the debt. So that is the modeh b'miktzat. It shows you that a person may, he's not completely dishonest. He's paying back whatever he's capable of, but he wants to tell a little bit of a smaller lie. He's what the Talmud calls a me'iz panim. He's brazen enough to tell that small lie, and because a person would tell that lie, we make them take an oath that what they're saying is really not a lie. If we assume that a person would never tell such a lie, then someone wouldn't have to take an oath. That comes up in some of the details I don't really want to get into in the middle of this page. So that is the concept that's known in Hebrew, modeh b'miktzat, a person who admits to a partial debt.